Charlie didn't think he was a friend. No one is going to be fooled into thinking he's a friend.
All right.
But this is my thought here. I was listening to your stream. I made a couple notes because I was like, he's making good ideas, and I wanted to talk about some of these things. So in your last stream about this topic, you had shown the video where Joe Kent is being discussed as the leaker and how Andrew Colvett was being attacked by Josh Hammer. Do you recall showing this clip a couple days ago? Okay. Josh Hammer says it was leaking of Joe Kent to maybe share that screenshot, but it's not leaking for Andrew Colvett to do it.
Bingo.
Right?
Well, okay. Well, you forced me.
Did Andrew Colvett send that to 5 people?
Position to defend Josh Hammer, but in defense of him, and I can't continue this conversation in bad faith. But in defense of you did not hear it in that clip because it wasn't shown in that clip. But early in that same interview with Josh Hammer, he did express, in fact, he had just got finished expressing. I just clipped it out because it wasn't important for the point of that video.
Okay.
He did say that he was very upset with Andrew Colvett. That's actually how they got on the conversation. The young lady asked her, how do you feel about Andrew Colvett sending that tweet to Joe Kent? He said he thought it was indefensible. He didn't understand it. He almost wanted to call Andrew Colvett anti-Semitic for sending it. He's since spoken with Andrew Colvett, and they've come to a common ground about it. Like, Josh Hammer, who are even you to like, what moral high ground do you have to be ridiculing or reprimanding someone for sending something to the government?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he's more of a handler than I was giving him credit to be. Or
I'm
like,
telling you, man, why would he
Charlie's
be here?
Gone, he's like the new corporate, liaison, so to speak.
Yes, he's like rich daddy's kid that's sent to look over, but he's not as smart, he's not as qualified, yet he's here. He's the off-brand version of Ben Shapiro. He sounds like him, talks like him, his voice is annoying. Everybody wants him to shut up. Everybody feels like he's a foreign agent.
His first
but you can't force him to be gone, like a Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino can say things like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to far outlast all of you bots and black pillars.
Seethers.
He can say this. He can say this, Tommy, because he knows who is funding him, and it's not the people.
Right. I was going to say Josh Hammer's first couple videos that went onto the internet for him, like while they're trying to make his profile known.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like how he does now. He's copying and mimicking Ben Shapiro's mannerisms.
Oh, I didn't know
very
that.
Interesting. He's like, he's very, very copying his, and no one who watches this would do this anyways. He's doing it. He's doing an impression of Shapiro. No, I was going to make this point a couple minutes ago when Josh Hammer says Joe Kent leaked this screenshot because he received it from Andrew Colvett and then shared it further, right? Josh Hammer's mad at that, but he's not calling it a leak of evidence because then evidence would imply that it's important.
Bingo.
And should be looked at. And his other point was that Joe Kent has no authority to look into this. Now, if my friend was just killed and it was a local domestic homegrown shooter, I would want to know if there were leads to foreign funding.
I wouldn't care who was trying to figure it out. I don't care if it is their job. If they can figure out what happened, I don't care if you're a fireman trying to do a policeman's job. If it leads to you figuring out what truly happened to my friend, figure it out.
Well,
that's not Josh Hammer's position, though.
Josh Hammer's position is itself indefensible. Joe Kent is the leading officer overseeing counterterrorism for the United States. So if there's an inkling, if there's any kind of lead of foreign funding or signals intelligence, there was a phone call, or I don't know, 12 Israeli cell phones pinged at the location and they had bank records exchanged, all those things that you would think Josh Hammer might think would incriminate Robinson. Let's say their story is true, right? Let's say the official narrative is true and he believes it's true. Then he would be clamoring for any Iranian or Qatari backing, showing money going to Robinson for pulling this off, right? Get another piece of evidence to lock this case down. Why are they so dead set on denying an investigation that leads anywhere else but back to Robinson?
Right.
And this is what I said at the beginning. They had their patsy and they had their target. They know how to take the target out. They need to be able to connect the patsy to it. And so they just reverse engineered it. They just went online and they found their profile of the guy that would be willing to do this. And they talked him into being a part of it. and they led him to, allow a gun. And I think the rest is conjecture, but it's probably not far off from what happened.
I agree.